It's not an accident that he calls it the circus. I mean, there you are. You have the circus, and you have Smiley the clown. You know, you have Smiley at the circus. But you know, at the circus, you've got all this whole jamboree of extraordinary characters. But it is a branch of the SIS, MI6. Well, he's taken the name from the nursery rhyme. Tinker, tailor, soldier, sailor, rich man, poor man, beggar man, thief. In this world that exists, but this specifically the world that Le Carré has set up, everything's got a code name. It's all, something's jargon for something. I think, like any good writer, there's things that are there that he's written that he doesn't even know he's written. You know, he thinks he's writing about one thing and maybe it's about something else. He is on it. I mean, he's 80 next year, and it's like sitting down and having a conversation with a 25-year-old.
Yes, he's perfect. He's perfect. He has all the star quality, but he's also a chameleon. He doesn't have this extremely typical voice that you would recognize through a wall. There is these few actors who could do this, and if you look back on his career, how many different characters he created over the years is fantastic. He's almost a mythological person, and at the same time, he's the sweetest guy you could ever imagine. He's so generous and open, and all the cast and crew heard about this, that he was coming in this day. Everyone was there to meet him and just to be around him. And he has a little part in the film. It's 4 seconds or something. He's at this Christmas party scene we have, where we could see him as an extra almost, but it was quite nice to have him there. For me, it's about eternal questions, really. It's about betrayal and friendship and loyalty.
One tends to think of all these characters as not being with emotion, but actually it's laced with emotion, as any group of intelligent people would be. Maybe kept like a pressure cooker, you know, but not overt, but certainly there. Control is privy. We never know quite how to the fact that there is a mole in the top 5 of MI6, which is, as you can imagine, is a huge hole in the outfit. And it causes him great agony, huge amount of pain, because these are the people that he works with. This is his life's work. Always wanted to work with him. I think he's an absolutely staggering actor, wonderful actor, and right, because it's just been, even though we haven't done a huge amount together, it's enough. It's enough to know that and I'd love to do something else with him, that gave us more time together. He's just a wonderful actor, wonderful actor.
The circus is the name given to the Secret Service, or certainly the headquarters of the Secret Service. And I suppose it's a code name, and it's probably John le Carré's mischievousness as well. that somewhere so secret and so serious should be called the circus. They're all emotionally quite stunted, all these guys. They live in a very secret, private world. They can't tell anybody what they do. They have various identities. Certainly the scalp hunters, I mean, the upper echelons, the guys like Hayden and Bland and Control, they have to be equally as secretive, even though they're not operating officers. So their world is very much one of secrets and privacy and duty to your country. And I think if a man goes down, you just get on with it. I had a wonderful scene with John Hurt and an amazing scene with Gary Oldman, and I had exactly that problem. I just sat there going, my God, this is decades of experience of two people who I just think are, off the planet in terms of their ability as actors.
I think on the whole he's very much looked up to. I think some of the younger members of the organisation hero worship him. He's seen as having a kind of glamour. Lawrence of Arabia, I think, is how he sees himself, and how I think a lot of people subscribe to that self-image. A figure who has a kind of dashing, sort of, or rather cavalier desire to do things perhaps not quite according to the rules. He has that somewhat maverick quality. It's quite wonderful. It ticks just about every box. You've got one of the finest directors I know. I think the way he communicates makes things very, very clear. I'm never in any doubt about what he's looking for, and I'm never in any doubt that I can deliver it to him. That's his skill, not mine. With a cast like this, we just don't. I think playing off each other is that kind of special thing that happens on a film set where good actors make you look better.
The look of Gwilym, I think from the start, Thomas wanted something quite suave. He wanted him to be this sort of handsome, bald boy, as he's described in the book and in the stage directions of the script. And for that, we wanted to create something that was very 70s, but not a cliche. That was something slightly frankified about it, because he is Anglo-French. So we sort of looked at pop singers, and we looked at all sorts of references. He's got a fantastic eye for detail, and a really extraordinary Swedish aesthetic, which is part of the joy of doing this film. It takes you away from all of the cliches that you associate with this period, and with spy films as well. He lets everything come to him. The room temperature changes to him. He completely and utterly beguiles people into thinking he's harmless and possibly a bit ineffectual, because he's just contained.
You have nobody to trust but your colleagues. You don't tell your wife what you're doing, or very few do. You don't tell your girlfriends, your boyfriends, or whatever you've got. So you're thrown upon one another, and then you don't trust one another. So that really is a secret world within a secret world. But the reference, I think the reason why people related to the story was actually, this is not so far from corporate life. This is not so far from the ordinary world. I think Oldman is absolutely brilliant in this part and does what he does superbly. I'm hypnotized by his performance. This is not the film of the book. This is the film of the film. And they wrote the film. And I think they did it splendidly. Then the director comes aboard, of course, and different criteria and different imperatives exist. And all of a sudden the script, as everything else does, becomes subordinate to an overall vision. And Thomas has that. And you mess with the director's vision with great caution. And so I'm watching an amazing team process unfold.